So hi and welcome to this Get Exercise Confident video. My name's Alice and I'm here with Holly today. We're going to go through a 15-minute beginner yoga sequence. Yoga is something that is accessible for anyone. It's an excellent way to increase your flexibility, increase your strength and the general mobility of your body. It's also to do with breathing and linking the breath with movement and trying to link the breath as you're continuing through the movement practice. So this video is accessible for anyone. I will give some options for modifications as we go along, and I hope you enjoy it. So if we come to a comfortable seated position, cross-legged or kneeling, whatever's most comfortable for you, and then let the eyes gently close down here. So we're just going to start by bringing our attention to our breath, noticing that the chest rises with the inhale and drops down with the exhale. And as we inhale, thinking about lengthening through the crown of our head towards the sky, and exhale, dropping the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale to lengthen through the crown of the head. Exhale, dropping the shoulder blades down the back. And one more, inhale and exhale. Good. And then letting the eyes gently blink open. Just going to do some shoulder rolls to warm the shoulders. So we're going to inhale, lift the shoulders to the ears, and exhale, bring them back and down. Inhale to lift, exhale back and down. And one more, inhale to lift, exhale back and down. Good. Now we're going to do a side body stretch. So if we focus on Holly for this one, bringing the right hand out to the side, and keeping the left sitting bone in contact with the ground, reaching the left arm up and over, and really reaching out through those left fingertips. And if you want more, you can bend the arm and come down a little, breathing into the space in the side of the body. And then coming back up through center, bringing the left hand out to the side, right arm up and over, reaching through those fingertips for the top corner of the room, maybe bending that left arm a little, and then coming up through center. Good. And then we're going to bring the right hand to the outside of the left knee, left hand behind us, for a simple twist. So we're going to inhale, lengthen through our spine, and out on the exhale, pulling the belly in towards the spine and twisting the chest open. Inhale to lengthen, exhale, twisting, pulling the belly in. And then coming back through center, bringing the left hand to the outside of the right knee, right hand behind you. And again, inhale, lengthening through the spine, exhale, pulling the belly in and twisting towards the side. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale to twist. Good, and then coming back to center. Now we're going to come forward onto our hands and knees into a tabletop position. So here you want your hands directly underneath the shoulders, shoulders width apart, knees directly underneath the hips, hips width apart, spreading the fingers nice and wide, index fingers facing forwards. And then to warm up the spine, we're going to inhale, sink the belly towards the floor, opening the chest and looking forwards. And exhale, pushing through the mat, rounding the spine, chin towards the chest. Inhale, sinking the belly down, looking forwards. And exhale, pushing through the mat, rounding the spine, chin towards the chest. And one more, inhale to come forwards. And exhale, round. And then coming to a nice neutral position, we're going to transfer more weight into the left leg and inhale to extend the right leg out behind you. And here, really want to think about keeping this right hip point, frontal hip point rolled downwards towards the floor, the right inner thigh coming up towards the sky. Excellent. You're going to inhale here and then exhale, bring this knee in towards the nose, rounding through the spine. Inhale to extend the leg out, and then exhale, knee towards the nose, rounding through the spine. And then inhale, extend, Exhale, knee towards the nose, rounding the spine. Good. And then putting that right knee back down on the mat, transferring more weight into the right leg and lifting the left leg up. And again here, thinking about rolling this left frontal hip point down, lifting the left inner thigh. Inhaling here, and then exhaling, bringing the knee towards the nose, pushing through the mat and rounding the spine. Inhale, extending the left leg out. Exhaling, bringing that knee towards the nose. And one more like that. Inhale to extend, and then exhaling, bringing the knee towards the nose. And then bringing the left knee down again. We're now going to walk our hands further forwards, keeping the hips stacked over the knees, and then sink the chest in between the arms, bringing the chest down towards the ground. And you can do this on your forearms as well as on the hands if that's more comfortable for you. And then from here, bringing the seat back towards the heels, arms alongside of the body into child's pose. And child's pose is a relaxation position in yoga where you can reconnect with the breath and just let the entire body sink into the mat. And you can come to this position whenever you need to during the course of the practice. And then from here, you're going to bring the hands out in front of you again. And you're going to push through those hands, keeping the arms nice and straight. Tuck the toes under, and then lift the hips up into downward facing dog. And in this downward facing dog position, you can start to bend and straighten one leg and then the other, bringing some movement and some sensation into the backs of the legs. And then coming to a more static position in the downward facing dog. And here we're thinking about spreading the fingers really nice and wide and rolling the biceps towards each other, externally rotating the upper arms, drawing the shoulder blades down the back, lifting the hips up, and not focusing too much on getting these legs straight. If you need to bend the legs to keep that more comfortable for you, you can do. Excellent. And then from here, starting to walk the feet towards the hands at the top of the mat, ending in a standing forward fold position. Good. And here you can have a bend in the knees if that's comfortable for you, or you can straighten out the legs. Try and relax the top of the body down completely. Try and relax the neck. And if you want to, you can hold on to the outer elbows just to lengthen the upper body down towards the ground. And relaxing the neck completely here. Good. And then pulling the belly in towards the spine, slowly rolling yourself up, vertebrae by vertebrae, to a standing position. And then we're going to come up to the front of the mat for Tadasana mountain pose. So bringing the feet together, I want the big toes to touch, small gap in between the heels, lifting all 10 toes up off the mat, spreading them wide apart and then placing them back down. Thinking about drawing the inner thighs together, pulling the belly in towards the spine to protect the lower back, broadening the collarbones and lifting the crown of the head towards the sky. Then we're going to inhale to raise our arms up above our head and exhale to fold forwards. Inhale into a flat back position, and here you want the hands on the shins or on the thighs, maybe lifting the hands towards the thighs, and we're really thinking about lengthening through the spine, lengthening out through the crown of the head. And from there, exhaling, folding forwards back into a forward fold position. Inhaling, reaching the arms up above the head, watching the palms touch. And exhale, hands back to heart center. 2 more like that. Inhaling, reaching the arms up. Exhale to fold forwards. Inhale, lengthen to that flat back position, long through the spine. Exhale to fold forwards again. Inhaling, reaching the arms up, watching the palms touch. And exhale, hands back to center. And once more, inhaling, reaching up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. Exhale to fold. Inhale, reaching the arms up. And then exhale, hands back to heart center. Good. And from here, we're going to do some warrior poses. So I'd like you to step the left foot out to the back of the mat. Good. And you want that left foot at about 45 degrees. You want the heels roughly in line with each other, and the bend in the front leg, and the front knee is coming in line with the second or the third toe, squaring the hips off towards the front of the mat and reaching through the arms. So lifting those arms up above your head. And here, you're really thinking about sending this the right knee forward and making sure that the knee doesn't track in front of the ankle. So maybe lengthening the stance a little bit. Very good. And if you push through the outer edge of the back foot here, that'll turn on all of the muscles in the back leg. And then from here, we're going to come into a warrior two position. So we're going to open the arms out, and we're going to square the hips off with the long length of the mat this time. So perfect. So hips are more facing towards the side of the room, arms out at shoulder height, palms facing towards the ground. And this bend in the front leg, the most important thing here is to make sure that this knee is tracking over the second or the third toe, not pointing in towards the middle. So that keeps your knee nice and safe. Good. And then you can gaze to the side, or you can gaze over the front middle finger. Excellent. And from there, straightening the front leg. And then we're going to do the same towards the back of the mat. So turning out the left foot at the back of the mat, right foot at 45 degrees, heels in line with each other, and then putting a bend in the left knee this time, squaring the hips off towards the back of the mat, lifting through the arms. Excellent. And really thinking about lengthening through those fingertips towards the sky. And again, just checking that this left knee is not coming in front of the left ankle, pulling the belly in towards the spine. Very good. And then opening out into a warrior two position. So arms out at shoulder height, again a bend in that front leg, hips square with the long length of the mat. And again, just checking that this left knee is tracking over the second or the third toe, not coming in towards the middle. Good. Shoulders away from the ears as much as possible. And again, gazing out to the side or gazing over the front middle fingers. Excellent. And then straightening out that left leg again, and then coming to stand back at the top of the mat, as we did earlier. And we're going to come into a chair pose just before we finish. So for a chair pose, you're going to start to bend the knees, and I want you to check that you can see the toes over the front of your kneecaps. So you're sending your hips back rather than the knees forward. Yeah, lovely. So hips back, and then you're going to pull the belly in towards the spine, taking out the curve in the lower back, either leaving the arms down, or if you're comfortable doing so, reaching through the fingertips, arms alongside the ears. And from there, arms out in front of you at shoulder height, coming up onto the tiptoes, and then really slowly lowering yourself down towards the ground and sitting yourself down back into a comfortable seated position. Excellent, well done. And there we'll finish.